What is going on, guys? It is Alric Phoenix. This is The Last of Us. Now, I know there are a lot of people that are likely doing walkthroughs and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do a walkthrough. It's very much it's hard to quantify exactly the spirit of a game in some cases through walkthroughs. This is one of those kind of games. Another one would be obviously the Uncharted series, mostly because you can choose to ignore stuff. It's a lot more open ended. It's kind of like I guess it's kind of like an Assassin's Creed walkthrough in that I don't know. I sometimes have trouble watching playthroughs of very specifically single player experiences. So what we're going to go over today is my impressions of Last of Us mostly. I waited for quite a while. I know it came out about 3 weeks ago, and it came out about I guess a week before my trip, and I knew I wanted to play it, but I I was desperate to not play it, not start it before I left. So I waited until I got back on Sunday to download it, and then I've started playing it straight ever since. I haven't touched anything else because I wanted to really immerse myself in this game. Mostly because, okay, so this isn't going to be a, hey, this is super neat, eh? I want to actually talk about this game because I am a big fan of moving our industry forward a bit. And I think this is a game that tries to do that. Um, there's a couple things I want to talk about it. First, there's two main things. First of all, the first thing is it satisfies a test that my wife talks about a lot. Sarah likes to mention there's a test in women in media, particularly entertainment, to see whether it passes any a really established stereotype of women in games. That is checking, are the women there only as objects of desire, and is there more than one woman? And most importantly, and you'd be surprised on this one, do the women talk to each other? Like, if you look at a lot of series, be it TV shows, etc., you'll find that in shows where there's not, or it's not as much shows. This is more a movie thing, but it also applies to games in that the women in games and movies don't often talk to each other. Often it's they talk to the guy, or if they do talk to each other, it's always about the guy. They never really have any other interactions. And right off the bat, in the beginning of this game, so spoilers right away. Let me give you spoilers. The boss of this little gang is a woman, and then the boss of the other gang is a woman, and then you have Ellie, and they're all conversing, and our main man Joel is just kind of hanging back and listening to them and pretty much doing what the F they say to do. So right off the bat, it actually passes a couple key factors in this. It's also really good, and I'm pretty cognizant of this issue, in part because of the feminist frequency and talking about women and cliches regarding women in video games. It's important to me that Ellie is not a damsel, really. She's a pretty fully fleshed out character, which is really neat. Everyone wants to say, oh, it's because it's this one character. You have to have really good writing, and I always feel like that's one of those things that's lacking. In non-action movie games, and that this falls for Call of Duty, absolutely does. It's often explosion. Let's rah rah, do it, fight the bad guy, we win, hooray. That's not really the case here. It's what is this terrible, terrible world we're in? How can we, just survive it? It's not about I like it because it's not about being eternally optimistic. Because they're in a shitty situation, you know. The world is infected, people are dying, and not really. It's not. This isn't. It's like barely surviving, it seems. And shit is bad. And I like the fact that the violence in the game is, even though it is necessary, you'll still hear Ellie like saying, "Jesus Christ, Joel," when you like stomp someone's face in, because it's a brutal way to hurt someone, but you know it's kill or be killed, unfortunately, it's a very reasonable reaction to the world you're in, especially this kind of a world, especially when it's kill or be killed. Like it's not glorification, it's expected in the situation. You know, there's that distinction that people don't often make. The second point that I wanted to make, and this is why I like it, and I'm sure there's going to be people that disagree with me on this one. This, when you take out the fighting component and the stealth component, and you know, shooting zombies when they start chasing you and you're freaking the fuck out, you're exploring this lush green world. It's The Last of Us, when you take out the silly, you know, all the silliness and the violence, is kind of what I always wanted Minecraft to be for me. You know, Minecraft is a cool game, but I never quite felt. I guess maybe it's because of so many years of playing different video games, and especially as graphics have improved, I always had the trouble really injecting myself into Minecraft. But when I'm wandering around the world in Last of Us, you know, I very purposely try to slow down going to any objective because I really want to explore this world. I want to see these houses. I mean, I know there's some horrible things that have happened in this planet, but at the same time, I really feel like this is a place that I'm almost comfortable in because everything's kind of, nature has overtaken this world again after 20 years, and it's one of those things that I actually feel like I want to explore. Except I'm obviously being chased by zombies and people that really want my shoes and shit like that. Anyways, if you guys are interested, I highly recommend giving it a chance. If you are Xbox only, I genuinely feel sorry for you. In which case, you know, there are other people, you know, White Boy, I believe T Martin, who've done full walkthroughs. You know, check those out if that's really your only way to see the game, because it really is worthwhile. It's part of the reason I find it I wouldn't want to do a walkthrough is because so much of the I wouldn't be talking. First of all, the difference between a walkthrough with me and a walkthrough with someone else, whereas other people are talking, is I wouldn't want to talk because it's that interaction between the characters in even passive sequences. You know, when you're just tra-la-la-ing through a empty house and you're searching the drawers. You know, there's little passive things, you know, Ellie starts whistling, you tell her, you know, cut that shit out because there's things nearby, and she's like, well, god damn it, Joel, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And it's, you know, it's funny, and it's sad at times, which is very rare in games. I fully want. Part of the reason I want you guys to buy. I recommend playing and buying this game, is because these guys have pushed the envelope so much that I want them to keep going. Because I think we need more games that take writing and storytelling to this level. I'm not saying it's perfect. You know, the gameplay certainly, I think, could use a little more balancing or changes, but you know, there's always personal things that as a gamer I would like. But they pushed the envelope, and they really took game writing to a huge level, and showed that, and is demonstrating how important that really good game writing is. Anyways, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I know this is a longer commentary than I normally do. Anyways, I am going to end this. So I will see you guys very soon. Probably with some more Last of Us or Call of Duty. We'll see. You know, everything can be whatever the heck I want it to be. Maybe it'll be Tekken. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'll leave you at the end of the video. Peace out.
I shot the hell out of that guy, huh?
Yeah, you sure did.